Hi air signs, this is Tanya Lee of Harmonia Tarot and welcome to your weekly reading for January 6th through the 12th, okay? This is for air signs, so Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. How these readings work is I will do some oracle cards and then I'm going to split up for each air sign and I will timestamp below and I will also timestamp the overall healing messages for you. If you guys are new to this channel and you feel guided, go ahead and hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell twice so that you can be notified of all future updates, okay? Just a reminder, guys, this is a general reading, meaning it's not going to resonate with every single soul out there. Take what resonates, leave the rest, and always, always utilize your own intuition, okay? Time is fluid, so even though this is a weekly reading, some of this may have already happened, some of this may be happening now, and some of this may happen a little bit down the road. I find for the weeklies, sometimes it happens a little bit down the road. You know, you're more than welcome to peruse the weekly playlist that I have in stage to see what you feel guided to go towards. All right, so let's get started, air signs, for Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius for weekly. Let's see, calling in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascended masters as to what messages that we need to hear. Here we go. We have White Rose of Hope, No Rain Today, Rose Garden. Interesting air signs. White Rose of Hope. This is about having trust, having faith, but there's something about having purity here too. This is a newfound purity for many of you. I feel like a lot of you air signs have had a new start. Something where it's like anything that was hardships or things that you've been through that you've purged at the end of the year. Now with this new year starting, there's no rain today, meaning that you are seeing some kind of abundance coming your way, some kind of dream, some kind of happiness. But this is basically saying that it's getting closer to you, closer to your happiness. A lot of you have just been working on yourself. With Rose Garden, look how we go from a white rose all the way to a red rose. There's something that you're passionate and driven about. I feel for many of you, this is having the drive to evolve and basically in self-help, self-development on yourself, okay? Somehow, I feel like this week is all about some kind of development, some kind of growth, but it brings you much happiness. A lot of you are just in that notion of being happy, and I feel like that's because you've taken the time to really clear out anything that's been not serving you in the past. So this is basically saying that you're going with the flow. Even though it says no rain today, notice how there is raindrops falling from this cloud of her dress. This is basically about releasing your emotions, taking stock of yourself, being able to define what your emotions are, to basically state, okay, I'm happy today, I'm sad today, how does it feel? How does it feel is always the key word. And so I feel for many of you air signs, this is about this time, about being able to do that, to be able to identify it, right? Yeah, I just feel like there's some kind of identification towards this. I just feel like for a lot of you, happiness is here. And I feel like that's the overall energy, is that happiness is here. And that's probably going to be the name of this. So let's see what we have for Libra. Some additional messages for the sign of Libra. And I will timestamp the other ones. For those of you who are the other signs, you can just go to your timestamp. All right, calling in what messages we have for Libra. What does Libra need to know this week for January 6th through the 12th? Here we go. On White Rose of Hope, we have the Three of Wands reversed. We have the Page of Rods reversed. The High Priestess. On No Rain Today, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. The Two of Swords reversed. On Rose Garden, we have the Eight of Wands. The Hierophant. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed, okay? The overall energy for you this week, Libra, is the Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so Libra, for those of you who have been not feeling like there's an equal give and take, something where you're not feeling like you're receiving something, okay? There's an ending of it this week. I do feel for many of you, there's going to be some kind of clarification that you get this week. Many of you, this is in regards to a relationship. Others of you, this is in regards to something that is, in a relationship can be other things like work or family. But, some of this might be in regards to a love relationship. On the White Rose of Hope, we have the Three of Wands reversed, okay? This is basically the feeling that you don't have enough to have a new, like you have your foundation, but something feels off, like you can't get to it. Notice how he's kind of looking afar saying, okay, where can I get my next wand, okay? You might be dealing with a fire sign, Libras, so just keep that in mind, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. With the Ace of Wands reversed again, and this is why I said, this is basically stating like, hey, when am I going to get that fourth one so I can get my happy on, right? Get the stability that I'm looking for. These are both reversed. I feel like you have a deep knowing though here with this High Priestess energy. This is about utilizing your own intuition, having the faith. The fact that this is going across from this basically states to me that you're really holding on to the faith, okay? I do feel for many of you Libras out there underneath with no rain today, with the 10 of Wands, this burden that you were carrying, some of you, this is a burden of not getting an expectation as to what you wanted, okay? This is a 10, so this is a completion, okay? I feel for a lot of you, your worry is that you are not going to get this stability back on, to have this new start, okay? Something about security. A lot of you, this is security about a relationship, feeling like, when's it gonna start going? Why is it not working out the way I expected? I think that this week it's about having clarity, okay? With the Two of Swords and you not knowing what direction you are, and this is your own energy here, this crossroads, this was reversed on no rain today. At this point, I feel like the middle of the week, you're going to get some kind of clarity, Libra. And with that clarity, I don't know, I feel for a lot of you, it's just releasing the expectation. Okay, not focusing on what you don't have, okay? And what's gonna happen is when you have the Rose Garden in here, this is where that Eight of Wands comes in, more fire energy, quick messages, something quick is coming in hand here. A lot of you, this is in regards to a relationship. With the Hierophant right underneath this, I feel for a lot of you, it's basically about some kind of communication that needs to happen or to clear up, because you have the Ten of Pentacles here underneath this, and although it's reversed, I don't feel like it's something about something being over. I think it's about communication of working something out. You might be with an individual where you haven't been able to communicate, or you feel like you've been stating your expectations to them, but they haven't been listening. This individual has been listening. I feel strongly that with this Six of Pentacles reversed, I feel that this person wants to come up front. For those of you where you are feeling stuck in your career and you just have high expectations of things like not working out, you're changing your focus. And I feel like by the end of this week, you're going to be, I don't know if it's all of a sudden you're driven to send out messages to other opportunities, but it's basically something involving your family life, your security that you really want to make sure is in stock, is okay, basically. Basically, it's just stating that you want to be okay, Libra. All right, Libra, if you like that reading and it resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below, and we are going to move on to Gemini. I'm going to do a couple shuffles for Gemini. Let's see what we have. More shuffle for Gemini. Okay, hi Gemini, welcome. Gemini, if you are just going to the timestamp and you haven't looked at the Oracle cards, I suggest that you watch the beginning of this video because it plays off the Oracle cards of White Rose of Hope, No Rain Today, and Rose Garden. So let's see what messages we have for the sign of Gemini this week for January 6th through the 12th. What do we have for Gemini? Here we go. Wow, we have the Three of Wands, which I just pulled for, and I just shuffled these like crazy for Libra, but this time it's upright. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Nine of Swords. On No Rain today, we have the Page of Rods. We have the High Priestess reversed. We have the the Four of Cups reversed. We have the Two of Wands reversed on a rose garden. And we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Cups. Okay, Gemini. Interesting, interesting. Okay, Gemini. Underneath the white rose of hope, that purity, that trust, that faith that you've been having, I feel for many of you, you have moved on from a situation and it's about starting a new start for yourself, okay? And this doesn't necessarily mean, for those of you, because it's a general reading, that you're leaving your spouse or anything like that if you're committed to someone. This is basically saying that you are really taking stock of your life and doing things that make you happy so that you can grow. For a lot of you, this is a new career. But for Gemini, here's the thing, because you've had faith, because you've had hope, there's victory in this. You might be dealing with a fire sign, but the victory that comes in hand here with the Nine of Swords, which is your own energy here, you have felt bound to a situation. I think for a lot of you, you are holding on to almost like, it seems like, I don't know why they keep stating lost hopes, lost dreams, but I think that you felt bound to a situation. Maybe it was your thoughts, bound to your thoughts, your fears, that basically you are breaking through this week. We have the Page of Rods right across from the Three of Rods, which is Three of Wands. I mean, this is basically stating, yep, I'm going to get my fourth staff here to make that Four of Wands no matter what, so I can feel that security. For many of you, getting in this notion of no rain today, because this is where it's falling under, where it's like, okay, I'm going to try to get my happy on, I'm going to go follow my dreams. You have already utilized your own intuition on this, okay, with the High Priestess energy. Now, this was reversed. Now, this is about using some logic here. I feel for a lot of you, Gemini, that in the past, you were dealing with a Four of Cups here. This is about getting an offer that maybe you're like, meh, I'm not sure I want that, right? Not feeling sure about it. But with it reversed, it's stating to me that you no longer are taking small offers or taking offers that you are kind of unsure on, okay? Now to me, it's feel like you have grown to some aspect, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, it's just about growth and moving on for that, okay? And that's where the happiness comes in. You're not focused on another individual or a person. Now, with the Rose Garden, where I said for many of you air signs, Gemini, that it's about evolving this week or learning lessons and being passionate and driven, with the Two of Wands reversed, I just feel like it's not stating that you're not having a new beginning. I feel like it's the ending of no more of crap beginnings, meaning that roads that no longer serve you, okay? Because we have the Wheel of Fortune here. For some of you, this is in regards to somebody who put you in a third-party situation, okay, where it's like, nah, I don't want that offer anymore, they're off here. Because see how somebody is falling off the wheel here, Gemini? It's basically like, nope, no, I'm quite happy, I'm in a relationship that really serves me, and I know it, I've evolved, I understand that. I'm not having a new start or adventure with this old person, right? I do feel like with this Cup energy, and there's, there is a lot of fire and water here, so water, we have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, but at the end of the week, we have the Five of Cups. Now, typically, this is about being focused on all the spilled cups here, with the Two of Cups partnership still here. I feel for a lot of you, even though you have your new start, your new venture, you're trying to get your happy on, you might have bouts this week of focusing a little bit too much on this, okay? And Spirit is here to remind you to, know that you still have some love here, okay? Whether this is family or a loved one, there is some kind of partnership here that still exists. It's just that you are working on yourself first, okay? Make sure you check out, Gemini, the healing messages at the end as well to get some additional advice. All right, Gemini, if you liked your reading and it resonated for you, go ahead and comment below and hit like. And we are going to move on to Aquarius next. Do a couple shuffles for Aquarius. All right, we're going to move on to Aquarius next. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome. If you didn't watch the beginning of the video, I suggest you go back because this is a extended off the oracle cards we got for the beginning. All right. Okay, Aquarius, what messages do we have for you for January 6th through the 12th for Aquarius? Here we go. We're starting off with the Five of Swords reversed, the Emperor energy here, the Queen of Rods. On no rain today, we have the Sun reversed. Interesting. We have the Seven of Cups reversed, Aquarius. The Six of Cups reversed. Nine of Swords is reversed, your own energy on the Rose Garden. The Seven of Swords and Judgment, okay? The overall energy is the Page of Swords. I feel like you're being watched big time, Aquarius. Huh. All right, so what's going on here, Aquarius? Were you dealing with somebody with this Five of Swords energy? This is basically somebody who is a little bit egotistical, has the upper hand, wants to talk back and slash back. Now, this is reversed. So I feel like you have stepped up in some way of having faith for yourself to try to get your happy on here, okay? This is definitely a love relationship, and I know, I try to get general messages, but this is basically what Aquarius is. So with the Emperor energy here, okay? Aries too. Fire here, Aquarius, but this is somebody who is very empowered, who basically gets stuff done, can be confident, strategic, but also very manipulative, okay? Can do things their way or the highway, okay? I feel for a lot of you, this individual was basically this. They probably were that kind of person that would tell you this is the way things are going to be done, this is the way this relationship's going to work out, and they never really listened to you, okay? Here's the difference though. With it reversed, I do feel like you have really worked on yourself, okay? We have the Queen of Rods energy. Now, even though this is fire energy, you can still carry the fiery Queen of Rods here, who's passionate and driven, but this is somebody who is absolutely trying to get her happy on, okay? And I'm saying her, but it could be a he as well. But this is basically someone who is passionate and driven. I feel for a lot of you Aquarians out there, it is about wanting to get that release so that you can get your happy on. What they're really pointing out to me though, with the Sun reversed right under this, which is getting your happy on, right, is that they're asking you to release all the unhappiness, okay? I feel for a lot of you, you've had a lot of involvement within this relationship, and I don't think this is something that is a brand spanking new relationship here. They're showing me the sunflowers for sure, but I feel like something has evolved. But this week, I think it's about clarity, okay? With the Seven of Cups reverse, this is basically about having too many options and not being really sure of what you are going to select or pick. This week, I feel like you have some clarity here, okay? The clarity of situation of how this person makes you feel. With the Six of Cups reversed, this is usually something in regards to a family member or somebody you're committed to, or somebody that's been in the past, like a childhood friend or things like that. But this is reversed. There's something in this where you have clarity that this is not working out, okay? And I feel that you are releasing it, Aquarius, and it is a beautiful thing, okay? With the Nine of Swords reversed, which is your own energy underneath the Rose Garden here, that evolvement that I told you about, this is basically breaking the bonds, okay? With the reverse, it's saying, no more. I'm not doing this anymore, okay? So here's the thing. We have the Seven of Swords underneath this, okay? Now, typically I'd be like, oh, here's a sneaky individual. Nope, like we're going to get out of here. I do feel like this is your energy, okay? And I feel like maybe you're like walking on eggshells and saying, yeah, I know that this relationship's here, and I know it's going to probably create hardships, but I need to set my own boundaries, so I'm going to just sneak off of the situation. You could be going silent, you could be blocking somebody, but I feel like this is needed for you, okay? It's okay to set healthy boundaries, but this individual who's watching you, and I do feel like they're watching you, even though it's your energy, towards the end of the month, there's some kind of judgment here in regards to the situation. Now, I'm not validating these cards, so I can't tell you what this validation, is on there, and it's only a weekly energy. But this is basically stating to me that, by setting your own boundaries, putting yourself first, this evolvement that I told you that so many of you are going through, these lessons that you're passionate about your own happiness, about being drive. Some of you may have a family with this individual. There is going to be judgment in place here. If you believe in karma and this individual, did some things, let karma do its own thing, okay? Just take care of yourself first, even though you might feel like you're being sneaky in some aspect. All right, Aquarius, I hope that resonated for you. Go ahead and hit like, comment below. And let's see what additional messages we have for our air signs, some healing messages that we can give. The healing cards. What does air signs need to know this week? These are so hard to shuffle, they're so big. What do air signs need to know? What additional messages do we have for our air signs? Here we go. Reawaken. Negativity. Wow, how these fall right in place with the oracle cards. Listen to your body. Okay, reawaken. I do feel for many of you, this is about that ability to reawaken to having faith, being pure, okay? Being aware, being open to new possibilities, and it's just being so mindful, okay? It's being mindful here, air signs. They're pointing out too, it's funny, they all have sevens in here, and sevens is just such a amazing number in so many aspects about your ascendant masters being there for you, but being driven to, getting the abundance that you want as well. In the middle, we have negativity, and it does come down to a 17, which is an 8, so that is some kind of abundance here. Many of you, with the no rain today, am I telling you, you're releasing things that no longer serve you. By doing this, you are creating room for something new, air signs. So this is definitely new energy. This is definitely some kind of abundance coming your way. So this is a really beautiful thing. So then we have listen to your body, which is very cool with the rose garden here. With listen to your body, this is being mindful of yourself, your physical self. And so I do feel for this week, Spirit is here to remind you to take care of yourself, to make sure you're getting enough sleep, enough rest. And I'm seeing sleep here as well. But this is basically making sure that you eat foods that, are good for you, but in a sense that make you feel energized and so forth, and making sure that you're creating space for yourself, okay? This is all about self-love, and I feel like that's strongly this week for you. Is that sometimes when we're too busy, air signs, we can kind of put ourselves in low priority, and that's very common for air signs anyway, because we can kind of be lofty. All right, air signs, if this resonated and you liked what you heard, go ahead and comment below, hit like, and I will see you next week. Take care.